Then settle on your back. And you're going to get started. Ooh. I'm going to mute you all before.
What did you?
Can everybody please have a block? I don't have that powerful voice to go over this, but could you all make sure you have a block? Everybody's got a block. Blocked. And we're going to get started. Hope my voice is going to hold up today. Been a bit dodgy recently. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Juliet's not today, and we're in for a bit of a treat.
Oh, really? How
I'll do my best. All right, are we ready to get started, everybody? I really need my bells. Ooh, I see some bells. It works. Has everybody got a spot? Those of you all the way at the back, somebody could come here. I don't really need a spot. Sonia can do the demo for. How are you? All right, we're going to start on our back. My name is Julia. If we haven't met before, we have an hour and 15 minutes, and that 15 minutes, oh, it's so good that we have that, isn't it? I always think an hour and 15 minutes is like just stretching out the juice. So when I say come and lie down on your back, that could be Shavasana. It could be Supta Baddha Konasana, with bringing the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Or you could bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat and knock your knees in towards each other. And then close down your eyes. You want to place your hands wherever they feel they need to land. So that might be on your body, it might be over your head. I'm going to begin today's practice with a little reading by one of my favorite teachers. Her name is Donna Fari. And she writes, slowing down is the precursor to our yoga practice. Slowing down is the precursor to yoga practice because this simple act allows us to consider our thoughts, our feelings, and actions more carefully in the light of our desire to live peacefully. When we overwork, when we try to fit too many things into an already congested schedule, when we rush from place to place, we lose track of what is important. And in doing so, we almost always fail to serve those values that support our relationships and our heartfelt aspirations. A certain harshness can creep into our interactions with others. And this is the same harshness we ourselves find so distressing and so undermining of our sense of connectedness. So before we sink our teeth into the foundations of this yoga practice today, consider this one possibility. that you have all the time you need. And when you find yourself rushing, catch yourself and breathe out fully. Let's do that together. Take a deep breath in and breathe out fully, affirming that you do indeed have all the time you need. And now there's a moment of gathering your attention, bringing it inward, so that you can indeed, you have the time to sense and feel what you brought to your mat this morning. What sensations, what state of mind, what emotion. And we remember that that is the landscape with which we're practicing today. So we can let go of all the expectations of our body, our practice, expectation of what's to come, and land here in this moment with all that arises. Bring your attention to your breath and start to breathe in and out of your nostrils, coming into Ujjayi breath. And this breath serves to once again gather your attention, because it will want to wander. And then take hold of the outer thighs and draw your knees in towards each other. Hug your knees in and start to make some circles with your knees, moving them in opposite directions. And you can slow down. Take hold of the backs of your thighs. Happy baby. So drawing your knees in towards your armpits. Rock from side to side. And if you've gone and tried to reach for your toes or the outer edges of your feet and you noticed your spine is lifted, then take hold of the backs of your thighs instead. Good, and then bring the soles of your feet together. Interlace your fingers around the outer edges of your feet. And you can be still, or you can rock. Let the back of your skull be on the ground. And then place your feet down onto the ground, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Reach your arms above your head. Make sure your feet are at least hip width distance apart. And then on your inhale, coming into bridge pose, lift your hips up. Keep your arms reaching above your head. Stay there, take a breath in. And then exhale, lower your hips and lower your arms down alongside your body. We're going to start to increase the volume of our breath here. So on your inhale, reach your arms above your head for 2, lift your hips, 3, 4. And then exhale, lower your arms, pelvis down towards the earth. Good. Let's go again. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. And then exhale all the way down. And again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale down. Again, this time for 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, come down. Good, beautiful, everybody. Last one, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Now reach your legs up towards the ceiling so that they're in a 90-degree angle. Anybody got anything going on in their lower back, then bring your hands underneath your sit bones. The other option is to reach your arms above your head or interlace your fingers behind the back of your head. Good. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders. And then inhale, lengthen your right leg down, just your right leg down. And then exhale, right leg lifts back up. Let's go on the other side. Inhale, left leg down. Exhale, up you come. Good. Inhale, right down. Exhale, up. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, it's like you're starting the engine. Good. Inhale, right. Exhale, up. Inhale, left. Exhale, up. Pause here. Take a breath in. Hold it. Both legs down now. Inhale, 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 inhale. And then exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Take hold of the backs of your thighs. Rock and roll up and down the length of your mat. And then make your way into your tabletop pose. You arrive. Spread your fingers wide and look at your hands. Make sure the webbing is seen between each of your fingertips. And then we move through our cat and cows. First, let's begin with cow. Lower your belly, lift your chest. The invitation is to close the eyes. Exhale, cat. Good. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. If you can really close the eyes so as to minimize the distraction. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale. Now go in your own time now. Really focusing on receiving your inhalations, not only as a way to receive more space in your body, but to really receive prana, the life force. And we're starting to increase the circulation in our body. So we're already changing the state of our body. Understanding that we have the power to change not only the state of our body in this practice, but the state of our mind. Good. And then curl your toes under, hover your knees just an inch off the mat and pull your lower belly in towards your spine. Good. Notice if your breath is shortened here. There. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Bending one knee and then the other. And notice if you rush. We're so predisposed to getting somewhere as fast as possible to accomplish as much as we can. The power is in slowing down, because then we can have the time to be present, to remember presence. Feet together. Slowly, like liquid, lift your right leg up and back. Good. Bend your right knee. Stack your right hip over the left and make some circles with your right knee. Notice if you've got floppy toes and you've lost them on the way. Really add in the flexion of the toes, spreading them. Good. Square your hips. Send your right leg all the way back. Take a breath in, knee to nose, hover. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. On your exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Pause, come up onto your fingertips, get long through your spine. Easy twist, right arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Good. On your inhale, reach your right arm up and over your right ear. Right hand back down onto the ground. Inhale to plank pose. Chaturanga. Exhale all the way down, all the way down. Even if you have a chaturanga, go down, go down, go down. Good. Go down. That's it. Now, cobra. Clip your elbows into your outer ribs. Press the tops of your feet down. Lower your forehead, lower your chest. Inhale through table, lower your belly in. Good. Downward facing dog. Exhale, pull back. Feet together. Slowly lift your left leg up and back. Imagine you're in a room full of molasses, moving so slowly. Bend your left knee. Stack your left hip over the right. Flex the toes of your left foot. Make some circles. So when you move really fast, it's like being on one of those fast trains to France where you really can't see much out the window. It's like a fast blur. You slow the train down, you get to see the colors outside, the fields, everything, right? Square your hips and your left leg back. Good. Step your left foot to your left thumb. Pause. Come up onto your fingertips. Get long to your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Easy twist. Left arm lifts up. Good. Notice what happens with your left outer hip when you lift your left arm up. Hug your left hip in and back. Good. Reach your left arm up and over your left ear now. Get really long through the left side of your body. Left hand comes down to the ground. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga all the way down. Good. Now you merge into cobra. Broaden through the collarbones. Keep your elbows close. Good. Downward facing dog. Exhale back. Again, just want to get a little bit clear on the chaturanga. So come forwards into plank. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Roll forwards. Beautiful. And then chaturanga, bend your elbows close to your outer ribs. Come all the way down. All the way down. Good. Untuck your toes. Now you're barely lifting in a baby cobra. You're not utilizing your hands. You're utilizing your back strength. Good. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Pull back. Beautiful. Deep breath in, everybody. We have time. Exhale. Good. Notice the inhalation, how much space you create in your body, in your lungs. That some of you could do with shortening your downward facing dog just a little bit. Bring your feet in a little bit. That's it. Soften your knees a little bit. Beautiful. And now move your chest towards your thighs. Does that feel better?
Yes.
Yeah, right. You can feel it in your body. Good. Inhale, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, step or float forwards. And when you arrive, separate your feet about hip width distance apart or even wider. Take a ragdoll, take opposite elbows. So really making a big distance between your feet, right? Really big. Be generous, be generous. Soft knees. And if you find that your chest is quite far away from the tops of your thighs, bend your knees a little bit deeper. Good. And close the eyes, everybody. Notice the distribution of your weight in your feet. So taking your energy from your thinking, minding, and putting it in your body. And in this moment, put your energy into your feet. Sense the front of your heels. Sense the balls of your feet. Maybe rocking from the heels to the balls. Shake your head out, yes or no. Relax the root of your tongue. Good. And then bring your hands to your shin bones or the tops of your thighs. Slowly. Do that again, everybody. Go down. Slowly. Give your spine time. That's the way. And then exhale, fold forwards. So let's do that again. Inhale, bring your hands to your shin bones and lengthen your chest. Exhale, fold forwards. Again, inhale halfway. Feel your thigh bones moving back. Fold forwards, exhale. Really taste your breath. Inhale, breathing in. Fold forwards, breathe out. Keep your knees soft, rise all the way up to extended mountain pose. Unravel your spine. Way too fast. Let's go back down. I'm sorry, my friends. I want your spines to really enjoy this. Pull your lower belly in and then come on up slowly. So your head will really truly be the last thing that comes up. And you enjoy the ride. You're not aiming to get to mountain pose. It's the way in that's the interesting part. When you arrive, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and then let them fall away from your ears. Exhale. Do that again. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale and back. Good. Reach your arms above your head. Bring your prayer to your heart center and close the eyes down. Close the eyes down. And turn your attention to what's going on the inside. Any sense of rushing, any sense of urgency that you're experiencing, notice that. Our power is our ability to notice, our ability to be aware. All that energy, that rushing energy, send into your feet and imagine those feet of yours like sandbags, wide, broad sandbags grounding you. Good. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, then go ahead and do that personal intention. I always think of this moment just before we actually begin the flow as like getting to your desk and clearing away the mess so that you can sit down and do the work. Good. Everybody, let's take a deep breath in together. Inhale. Good. Open your mouth and exhale it out. Blink your eyes open. Surya A. Inhale, reach your arms above your head. Reach. Exhale, fold forwards, dive down. Beautiful breath. Halfway lift, keep your knees soft, chest away from thighs. Step back to plank. Take a moment here, breathe in. Chaturanga, maybe all the way down like you've been doing or halfway. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Beautiful. Press back to downward facing dog as you exhale. Breathe in together, inhale. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. So we become one organism. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat. Walk, step, or float forwards. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forwards. Exhale. Slow rise on the inhale. Reach up. Breathe in. Close this cycle prayer to heart center. Breathe out. Again, Surya A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Fold forwards, exhale. Good. Keep your knees soft. Halfway lift. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades in. Good. Step back to plank. Take a breath in at the top of plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Beautiful. Downward facing dog, breathe out. And here we stay. Remember, we're increasing the volume of our breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Bend your knees, look to the top. Step, float, jump. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forwards, breathe out. Rise all the way up, extended mountain pose, reach up. Prayer to heart center, exhale. Again, Surya A, inhale, reach up. Fold forwards, exhale. So it's a chance to become really embodied here. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog is your exhalation. Keep your knees soft in downward facing dog. Check out your feet at the back of the mat. Make sure they're about hip width distance apart. Good. Feel what it feels like to turn your toes slightly in and your heels out. Can you move your feet out a little bit? That's it. Beautiful. So you're bending your knees a little bit so that your chest can move towards your thighs so you can get as much length as possible in your spine. Very nice. Good. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Bend your knees, look to the top of your mat and step or float forwards. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Good. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And then stay here as you move your weight into your heels, into the sit bones. And then from here, come all the way up to stand. Take your left wrist in your right hand. Take a breath in and feel this left shoulder blade sliding up and away from the left ribs and reach over towards the right. Inhale, come back up to center. Switch wrists. Slide that right shoulder blade up and then lean over towards the left. Beautiful, everybody. Inhale, come back up to center. Preta heart center. Good. We begin our flow. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Nice and wide for this one. I know traditionally chairs to be together, we're creating stability here. So sit down, but to have a moment to have a quick look, make sure that your knees are not like caving in here. Good. I'm going to sit myself. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold forwards. Listen carefully. It's half moon pose. Left leg lifts up and back behind you. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Do not worry. We're going to take our time in this first round. That's where everybody, I hope, has a block. Good. Take a breath in. Left hand comes back down to the ground and then snuggle your left knee behind your right knee and curl in. That's the way. Inhale, left leg lifts up and back, standing splits. Exhale, draw in. Go again. Inhale, lengthen. Squeeze in on the exhale. Lengthen your left leg all the way back behind you. Find runner's lunge. Left leg all the way back. Good. Right arm lifts up towards the ceiling. It's an easy twist. And then you stay here. Take a breath in where you press the earth away with your left hand. Stay. Now listen carefully. Take a breath in. We're coming into side plank from here, facing the right long edge of your mat. And you have options. You can step your right foot to the back, or you could lower your left knee down to the ground. Good. On your inhale, reach your right arm up and over your right ear. Good. Lift your right leg up and away from the bottom leg. Catch your right knee with your right hand. Squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. It's going to be Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Bring your right foot all the way to the top of your mat. Hands frame your front foot. Wait for the inhale to reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Inhale. On your exhale, it's a half split. Sweep your arms alongside your body. Good. Again, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Half split. Exhale. Again, inhale. Anjaneyasana. Half split. Exhale. High lunge now. Inhale. Curl your back toes under. Rise all the way up. Arrow. I'm losing my words. Reach your arms alongside your body. Crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up, breathe in. Hands come down to the ground, breathe out. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts up and back behind you. Bend your right knee, roll your right hip open. Step your right foot between your hands. Feel your back heel. Wait for the inhale to take you into warrior two. Inhale, 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 inhale. Eyes immediately to the middle finger of your right hand. Good, stay here a moment. Some of you are leaning into the future quite a lot. So I want you to really imagine your head stacked right over your heart and your heart is over your pelvis. I'm going to move you back a little bit. Bend your front knee. There. Beautiful. Good. Reverse your warrior. Tip it back. Inhale. On your exhale, hands come down and frame your front foot. Take a breath in at the top of plank. Step back. Chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra or up dog. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Good. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Bend your knees. Look to the top. Step or float forwards. Arrive feet hip width. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forwards. Exhale. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Breathing in. Fold forwards. Breathe out. Good. Half moon pose. This time right leg. Send it all the way back. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Use a block. So don't be afraid to use the support that you need, right? Flexing the toes of your right foot towards your nose. Take a breath in. Lower your right hand down to the ground and squeeze your right knee behind your left knee and curl in and exhale. Good. Right leg, legs up and back as you inhale. Beautiful. Squeeze in, exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Squeeze in, exhale. One more. Inhale, reach up. Squeeze it in as you exhale. Runner's lunge. Step your right toes all the way back. Wait. And use the next exhale to come into easy twist. Left arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Stay. Take a breath in. Side plank, Vashisthasana. So maybe lowering your right knee down to the ground is a beautiful modification here. If you've got anything going on your wrist, then come onto your right forearm. Very nice. And then lift your left leg up and away from the ground. Left hand catches your left knee. And then slowly guide your left foot all the way to the top of your mat. Anjaneyasana. Hands frame your front foot. Right knee is on the ground. Good. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Half split. Exhale. Good. Go again. Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Half split. Exhale. And again. Inhale. Exhale. High lunge. Curl your back toes under. Inhale. Rise up. Arrow. Sweep your arms alongside your body. Lower your chest. High lunge. Breathe in. Hands come down to the ground. Breathe out. Three-legged dog. Left leg lifts up and back behind you. Breathe in. Step your left foot between your hands. Seal your back heel. Breathe out. Wait for the inhale to lead in with the warrior two with your right arm. Beautiful. And there you arrive. Set your gaze immediately. The eyes. Soften the muscles behind your eyes. And I always notice in a warrior two, we start to kind of collapse in our lower back. So pull your lower belly in. Good. Reverse your warrior, tip it back. Inhale, opening up to the left side of your body. Beautiful. And then exhale, hands cartwheel them down. Step back to plank on your next inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Good, and then downward facing dog, breathe out. Breathe in, everybody. And breathe out. And then lower your knees down to the ground for a moment. Sit on your heels, close your eyes down, and resist touching, fidgeting, doing anything. Just arrive in the moment. I always think that when we pause, we have to fill it with something, right? So closing the eyes and noticing what is arising, what is dissipating. So we get very good at understanding our habits of our mind. And we can do that when we slow down, when we stop. Good, downward facing dog. Off we go. Close the eyes. Spread your fingers wide and really press the mat away with the palms of your hands, and you're moving your weight into your legs, down into your heels. It's irrelevant whether your heels touch the mat or not. Just the general direction that your heels are going. And inhale, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look to the top, step or float forwards. Feet are hip width, halfway lift, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Chair pose, Utkatasana, breathe in. Fold forwards, breathe out. Half moon, left leg lifts up and back. Inhale, lift it up. Good. On your exhale, left hand comes down, left knee snuggles behind your right. Squeeze in. Just one. Inhale, left leg lifts up. One standing split. Squeeze in as you exhale. Runner's lunge as a breath in. Step your left toes all the way back. Easy twist. Right arm reaches up. Stay. Take a breath in. Side plank as you breathe out. Maybe lowering your left knee down. Those of you who got your left knee down, just stay there. Otherwise, lift your right leg up and back, everybody. Wild thing, step your right foot behind your left. And this is a back bend, right? And in any back bend, it's your feet and your legs that are initiating the movement. And then your pelvis is soft and your spine can be long and your heart opens. Good. Take a deep breath in, everybody. Step your right foot to the top of your mat, Anjaneyasana. Lower your left knee to the earth. Wait for the inhale to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Half splits. Exhale. Shift your hips back. Straight into crescent lunge now. Inhale. Rise all the way up. Arrow as you exhale. Stay here. Take a deep breath in into warrior three. Now you take your time. There's no rush. I said the pose, but really the pose is the transition between arrow and warrior three. Lift your upper arm bones up a little higher. Spread your fingers. Palms are facing down to the earth, back behind you. Very nice. Take another breath in. Land in crescent lunge. How lightly can you land? Adjust your feet hip width distance apart. Prayer to heart center. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine forwards. Get long. Pull your lower belly in. And then twist over to the right. Left elbow over right. Always with the option, everybody, to lower your left knee down to the ground. So if you're losing the details of your practice, your trainer's moving too fast, slow down. Scale back. My teacher always says to me, we know you can do more, but can you do less? Can you do less? Good. Take another breath in. Release your hands either side of your front foot. Good. Three-legged dog, everybody. Right leg lifts up and back behind you. Step your right foot between your hands. Feel your back heel. Prepare for warrior two. Lead in with your left arm. Breathe in. Arrive on the exhale. Reverse your warrior. Tip it back. Inhale. Extended side angle. Bring your right palm on your right thigh. Left arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Stay there. Or allow your right hand to descend to the inside of your right foot or block. Good. Some of you could do with sending your back foot slightly further back on the mat. That's it. And then angling your back toes towards the left top corner of the mat. Very nice. And then you're turning your right belly to the left. At the same time, the right knee is moving towards its own baby toe. Beautiful. Notice the breath in the room. The organism has got quiet. Good. Take a deep breath in. Reach your left arm up and over your left ear. That's it. And then hands to the ground. Step back to plank pose. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Pull back. One breath together. Breathe in. For this one, open your mouth and good. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Walk, step, float forwards. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forwards. Exhale. Chair, Utkatasana. Breathe in. Fold forwards. Breathe out. Half moon pose, right leg lifts up and back behind you. Good. Right hand comes down. Squat right knee behind the left as you exhale. Right leg lifts up and back. Inhale. Squat in. Exhale. Runner's lunge. Breathe in. Twist. Easy twist. Exhale. Left arm. Stay, breathe in, get more volume of breath. Good, take it into side plank, your variation. Stepping back, setting your gaze. Lift your top leg up, step it behind you. Press down through your feet, both feet equally. Use your legs, let your pelvis be soft and open up through your chest. Good, take a breath in, everybody. Good. Step your left foot all the way to the top of your mat. Lower your right knee down to the ground. Hands frame your front foot. Wait there. Good. Wait for the inhale. It's the breath that you take into yourself. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale. That's it. Half split. Exhale. Shift back. Good. High lunge. Up you come. Breathe in. Arrow. Breathe out. Stay here, take a breath in. Warrior three, off you go. Remembering presence. Lift your chest a little bit higher, press down into me, press down into my head. There. Lengthen your standing leg. There, flying. Good, step back into crescent lunge. How lightly. Bring your prayer to heart center. Settle for a moment. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine forwards. Good. Twist over to the left. And you'll notice the twisting is coming from the lowest part of your belly. The hips will want to try and get involved, but press down into the ball of your back foot a little bit more. Lift that back hamstring. Good. Much of our practice is just remembering again and again to come back into the space. Take another breath in, everybody. Hands release either side of your front foot. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts up and back behind you. Step your left foot between your hands and seal your back heel. Wait for warrior two. Inhale, right arm leads you in. Arrive on the exhale. There's a grounding. Good. Reverse your warrior, tip it back, inhale. Beautiful, extended side angle, left forearm or left thigh to begin with. Give your pelvis enough space in this pose. This dance is quite big, so you could shuffle your back foot a little bit to accommodate those hips. Good, deep bend through the front knee. Very nice. Breathe. Take another breath in. Hands come down to the frame, your front foot. Step back to plank pose. Either chaturanga or down dog. So beautiful, everybody. We meet in downward facing dog. And let's everybody lower your knees down to the ground. Sit on your heels and try not to fidget or to adjust anything. Just arrive as you are. With the things that don't feel good too, right? You sit with those. Often we're filling it, we're doing things, and then we skip the script, the beauty of that energy that you've just cultivated. If you close your eyes, you can feel every single cell vibrating. Good. Downward facing dog. Let's go. I hope you're not all dying of heat in here. We can. I hope you're okay. All right. Good. That's what I like to hear. We're washing away all the stuff that we don't need. Okay, let's go. Final side. Off we go. Inhale, come up onto your toes on my final sequence. Bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, step or float forwards. Arrive, feet hip width, everybody, halfway lift. You know where you're going. Fold forwards on the exhale. Chair, Utkatasana. Inhale, come on up. Fold forwards, exhale. Half moon, left leg lifts up and back. Breathe in. Left hand comes down, snuggle left knee behind right. Exhale. Left leg lifts up and back. Inhale. Squeeze in, exhale. Runner's lunge, breathe in. Easy twist, breathe out. Stay, take a deep breath in. Side plank, breathe out. Inhale. Wild thing, exhale. Take a breath in, wild thing. Anjaneyasana, exhale. Right foot forwards, left knee down. Wait for the inhale. Inhale, reach your arms. Half splits, breathe out. High lunge, inhale. Arrow, exhale. Stay, breathe in. Warrior 3, move. Take a breath in. Eagle, left side, left leg over right, left arm under right. Take your time for the transition. And the wobbles are the yoga. We're not getting rid of the wobbles. And we're not wishing they were there. That's the yoga right there in the moment where the wobbles happen. Good, sit down a little lower, trust your standing leg. Lift your elbows up away from your chest. And then relax your jaw. Breathe. Breathe your breath like the most delicious gift you've ever received. Take another breath in. Standing splits, release your hands down to the ground. Left leg lifts all the way up and back. Place your left toes all the way to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts up and back behind you, all the way back. You have the option for a flip dog. You could bend your right knee and take some circles. What is there for you? Good. If you're in flip dog, squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other. Open up through your chest. Good. Take a deep breath in. Step your right foot all the way to the top of your mat, preparing for your warrior two. Seal your back heel. Warrior two, lead in. And arrive on the exhale. Just take a moment to settle. Come into your breath. And find a sense of ease. So some of you are gripping, you're holding like for dear life. Can you let your shoulders be soft? Good. Reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Reach your right arm up. Coming into Trikonasana. Shift your left hip back. Get long through both sides of your waist. Right hand comes down to the inside of your right shin. Maybe a block. Maybe your calf. And you notice if your heart is facing down towards the ground, you're trying too hard to reach the ground. Instead, come up a little bit. Come up a little bit. Lengthen through your right lung. There. Does that not feel more spacious? Yeah. And then press into the big toe mound of your front foot a little bit more. Good. Circle your left arm all the way over your left ear. Coming into wide-legged forward fold, facing over the left long edge of your mat. Toes in, heels out. Good. Bring your fingertips down onto the ground. On your inhale, come up, halfway lift. Now do that again. Come down. I want the halfway lift to be initiated from your pelvis. So on your inhale, lift the front of your pelvis first and then lengthen your spine. And then exhale. Always laughs. It always does it. Good. And then again, inhale halfway. Exhale, come down. Stay here. Now sense your hips moving, shifting to the left. It's a very subtle movement. Hips to the left. You'll feel a slight pull on the inside of your right thigh. Walk your right hand over towards your left foot. Bring your left hand on your hips or the back of your lowest part of your spine. And then come onto your fingertips of your right hand and find this up dog feeling with your chest. Up dog feeling there. You can keep your left hand where it is, or you can extend it up towards the ceiling. Remember, your capacity to breathe is increased, so use it. Good. Release your left hand back down to the ground. Walk your hands over towards the front of the mat. Pivot your feet forwards to face forwards. Good. Lower your left knee down to the ground. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Lizard. Slide your left knee down as far down and back, as far back as feels comfortable for you. I'll do it like that's it. And then you can bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Or some of you are going to bend your back knee and reach back and go fish. Go fish for your back foot. And then when we go fishing, we don't always catch, right? That's okay. That's okay. But if you have caught your fish, make sure that you're catching from the outside of your foot. So there's an external rotation there. Beautiful. Very nice. I'm just going to turn this on. Yeah. Look at that. Good. And then those of you got your foot, let it go so slowly. Let it go. I've got it. Carefully. Beautiful. Hands come down from your front foot. Step back to plank pose. Downward facing dog, everybody. From here, you can stay for a few breaths. If you need a vinyasa, you need to clear out the space a little bit, then go ahead, come forwards into plank and chaturanga. Otherwise, stay in downward facing dog. Okay, we've got this, everybody. This is your last side. Inhale to come up onto the toes. Bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat. Step or float forwards. Halfway lift. Fold forwards, exhale. Half moon, right leg. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Squat down, exhale. Right leg lifts up and back. Squeeze in, exhale. Runner's lunge, breathe in. Easy twist, breathe out. Take a breath in. Side plank. Breathe in. Wild thing. Take a deep breath in. Step your left toes all the way to the top of the mat. Lower the right knee. Let go of the breath. Anjaneyasana, arms reach up. Breathe in. Half splits. Breathe out. High lunge, up you come. Inhale. Arrow, breathe out. Stay. Breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Take a breath in. Eagle right side, right leg over, right arm under. Take the bind that's good for you. Sometimes it's just best to take hold of the shoulders. Sometimes it's nice to take the elbows, nice to keep. And then go ahead and sit down. And the wobbles are very reflective of how we deal with the things that come our way off our mat. Do we get irritated with ourselves when things don't go our way? Do we get back up again and again? Do we lose our breath? Standing splits, everybody. Hands come down to the ground. Extend your right leg all the way back. Good. Carefully set your right toes all the way back behind you. Right toes to land, runner's lunge. Good. Three-legged dog. Left leg lifts up and back behind you. Good. Step your left foot between your hands. Seal your back heel. Let go of the breath. Warrior 2. Rise up. Find a steadiness. Really nice. Remember to pull your lower belly in. Watch the lower back. Good. Reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Tip it back. Good. And then come into Trikonasana. Reach through the left arm. Get really long through both sides of your waist. Very nice. And tuck your chin slightly in towards your chest to lengthen the back of your neck. Okay. I'm going to come up a little bit here. Straighten his leg. Oh, beautiful. Breathing into that left lung. Good. Now reach your right arm up and over your right ear. Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold, facing the right long edge of your mat. Turn. Remember to bring your toes in and your heels out. It informs your upper leg bones, which on turn have a better ability to move in their hip sockets. Good. Come up onto your fingertips, halfway lift. Good. Fold forwards. Exhale. So let the movement come from the pelvis. So inhale, lift the front of your pelvis, lengthen spine. Exhale, come down. Stay here. Shift your hips to the right. Full movement. You might feel a slight to the inner thigh. Bring your left hand over towards your right foot. Bring your right hand onto your lower back. And then come up onto your left fingertips and find this up dog feeling. Really beautiful. And then you can extend your right arm if it feels okay. Good. Slowly lower both hands down to the ground. Pivot over to the front of your mat. Runner's lunge. Walk your hands over. Lower your right knee down to the ground. Slide it back as far back as feels comfortable in your body. Hands to the inside of your left foot. And then some of you are going to bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Some of you are going to bend your back knee and reach back and go and fish for your back foot. Sometimes you catch it, sometimes you don't. Beautiful. And notice if you're collapsing in your right shoulder a little bit. Use your right hand and press it down into the ground. Look at that. Now roll the shoulder open. Aha. Now breathe into that space. Good. Release your foot ever so slowly. And into your runner's lunge. Hands come down from your front foot. Step back to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the ground. Sit on your heels and really resist doing anything. If you can resist taking a drink, do that. Really just be here, arrive. So you can really tune in. Spending time with yourself. Good. Open your eyes. Come onto hands and knees. Send your right leg back behind you. So we're on our hands and knees. Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah. You still got lots of juice in you. Bend your right knee and then reach your right arm round and back and catch your right foot. So it's a modified dancers. And it's gonna make a little wobbling situation going on for most of us. Can you send your right shin bone back? And at the same time, your right hand is pulling on your right foot. Good. And then gently release your foot, bring your right hand down, bring your right knee to your nose, squeeze in and round in. And then cross your right knee in front of your left knee, coming into Gomukhasana shoelace. Okay, so this is a pose that is not available for everybody, but there's modifications for everybody. So some of you are going to sit back on a block. You see me, everybody. Okay, sit back on a block. Now, if this is not okay with your knees, then I know, Dickie. So you want to lengthen your bottom leg, the left leg, and just hug your right knee over. Okay, that's your pose. Otherwise, some of you are sitting on a block. That's great. In fact, it's really nice to sit on a block, especially if you want to come forwards, because your pelvis has all this space and then to tilt forwards. But some of you might not need the brick. You might be loosey-goosey, and that's good too. All good. But bring your fingertips onto the earth, wherever you are. And close your eyes. And bring your attention to the center of your brain right now. Imagine your attention has the ability to soften all your brain tissue. And all that softness now moves into your throat. You're relaxing the root of your tongue. And that softness now, that energy is moving into the parts of your body that are a little bit tense, or for some of us, it's screaming. Yeah, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale. Beautiful. And then slowly come on up. Come back onto your hands and knees. You want to uncross your legs. And then send your left leg up and back behind you now. Bend your left knee. Reach your left arm around and back. So the wobbles, off our mat, the difficulties, the challenges. In yoga, we believe that these challenges, these wobbles, they're sent to wake us up a little bit, to shake us up, so that we can shift, but shift really from a deep, deep internal space. Let go of your foot, bring your left knee in towards your nose, cross your left foot, left knee over your right. It might be a very different story on this side. So take props if you need to. Use your fingertips to plug into the ground. And then you hinge forwards until you feel sensation in your body. You're not aiming to get anywhere, right? You're just, if you feel it right here, this is where you stay. And then we remember. We remember to be present. We remember our breath. We practice and we practice and practice until spontaneous gratitude arises. Gratitude for our body. Gratitude for the space. Gratitude to our practice. Slowly come on up. Extend both legs out in front of you. Give them a bit of a shake out. Ooh, that's it. And then come right up on the front of the sit bones. And if that means sitting on a block, then do that. But if you find that you're slumping back here, it just means that you probably have a little tighter hamstrings today. So you might want to sit up on a block. And then everybody reach your arms above your head and separate your feet about hip width distance apart. And then hinge from your hips. So we're not coming down with our spine. We're coming down because it's our pelvis that leads. That's it. And then bring your hands down onto the ground so we're not aiming to touch our toes, even if we can. And turn the palms of our hands to face up towards the ceiling. And let your head just drop down towards the ground. Release the back of your neck. Release the back of your skull. Release your tongue. Beautiful. And then inhale, come on up. And then come into any comfortable seat that feels good for you. We're going to come into 1 minute seated meditation, 1 minute of sitting still with our eyes closed. So find a comfortable seat that's best for you. Close the eyes down. Grounded in your sit bones, long in your spine, open in your heart. Blink your eyes open. And then come and make your way down on your back. You might notice how much easier it is to sit still once we've moved all that energy, right? And lie down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. That's it. Hug your knees in. That's it. And then you can release both knees over towards the right for supine twist. If you're staying in seated position, don't worry about any of this, just stay there. Good, and then inhale to come back up. Switch legs. If you're doing legs, alternate legs or both knees over towards the left. Extend your arms out to make a giant capital T. And settling into Shavasana. Extending your legs long, taking any extra accessories to stay warm, covering your eyes. If anyone would like an eye pillow and they don't have one, can you just give me a little signal and I'll get you one. Are you all good? And then when you arrive, just make a little adjustment here. So separate your feet a little bit wider, give yourself a little bit more space. Arms along, away from your body. And then go ahead and take a deep breath in. And then a deep, long breath out. And then all this energy that you've created in your practice permeate through the whole of your body now. There's nothing more to do. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to figure out. Deep breath. Your awareness has left the room now. Bring it back into your body. Notice the ground underneath you supporting the weight of your body. You might listen now to the desire to take a few deeper breaths into your body as a way to start to waken up from the inside. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Roll over to any side, right or left. You take a pause. Leaving behind this practice of asana and breath work. What remains? What is the imprint of this practice in your physical body, in your mental body, and your energetic body? When you're ready, make your way up to your comfortable seat. No urgency to get there, keeping your eyes closed. And when you get there, bring the palms of your hands to your heart center. Maybe you get a sense of this stillness, peacefulness, calm, because we've slowed down. And we remember that we don't create this place of refuge, this stillness. We don't create it. It's there all the time. It's just these practices is like yoga and meditation. They guide us towards it. So now you get to go into the rest of this Friday grounded in this place. When things come up that dislodge you, disrupt you, throw you off course, from this place, they disrupt you a little less. So we get a little less disrupted by disruption. Let's take a deep breath in together. Inhale. Long breath out. And we can close our practice with the sound of one Om. Breathe in to prepare. Om. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your third eye. In gratitude of this practice always, and in gratitude of each and every one of you here and at home, namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Have a beautiful Friday, everybody. Oh, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Thanks, Juliet.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Juliet.
Juliet.
Lovely
That was
Friday.
great. Really great.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye, Jill. Bye, Karen.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Leslie.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Thank
Hi
you.
over there, everybody.
Bye,
Chris.
Finn.
Hope the babies are
Bye,
well
Chris.
soon.
Bye,
Thank
Fiona.
you. It's going to be a fun day.
It's going to
Thank
be a
you for
fun
that.
day for you, Chris. Good luck. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.